Hello there.
I was just currently watching my Seattle Seahawks fist up the New York Giants. We are up 14-3 at halftime. So if we do lose and a comeback is made by the New York Giants, I will happily eat my words and leave this in the reaction. I'm going to leave it either way. But what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here for Sydney, Australia, shooting a shot, baby. And we are watching Better Call Saul for the first time today. We are up to episode 6, titled The 5-0, baby. The 5-0. And it looks like we are taking into the direction of Mike Ehrmantraut for a little bit. We're going to be following him next episode, or this episode. So let's see what's in store for us. Let's get into the reaction. Let's have some fun with this thing. The energy is real, and hopefully you guys are energized in the comment section and energized to watch this reaction. Let's smash this thing. Let's go. Apologies if there's a slight eerie noise in the background as well. It is 36 degrees here in Australia today, and that's the aircon. So the aircon at my grandparents' house is pretty loud for some reason. Got to clean the filter, but yeah, it's loud. So apologies if there's like a eerie noise that comes along with the mic. It's just hard to get it out, and I want to leave my door open so I can, be cool when I record this. Another scene set in the past, potentially? I don't know. I just feel like you engage when scenes are set in the past in the show due to the color grading. I have this like white sort of tinge in the background, or like white hue towards it, but it might not be. For a second when Mike sat down, I thought it might have been when he was like shot in Breaking Bad because he held his chest, but it's his heart.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like it might have been set in the future, but I'm looking into it too much.
I'm just parked across the street, so...
Okay, I was just gonna hit the...
Yeah, sure. I'll meet you out front.
Okay.
I've seen her in something before. I'm guessing that's his daughter, but I've seen her in something before. I'll have to search it up later, but I've seen her. I recognize her. Oh, so he was injured. Okay, I might have been. I love how the intro is always different. Like different locations.
Within 3 days or 4, I don't remember, but before he died, there was this phone call. 2:30 in the morning, I wake up and Maddie's not in bed. And I hear him. He's talking downstairs. So I go to listen on the stairs where he couldn't see. He gets intense. Like, he'd be screaming if he wasn't whispering, you know?
Maybe he was a cop involved in
Maddie
things he
didn't
shouldn't have
get
been
worked up.
involved
He
with.
let things go, but this, I mean, he was angry. He was really angry.
What was he saying?
I couldn't make it out. It was something about... I don't know, I couldn't hear it. But the next morning, I called him out. What the hell was that about? What's going on? And he wouldn't talk to me. But I think he was talking to you.
Me.
I mean, who else? Huh? For one hot second, I thought maybe he was catting around.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No, I know that. But you? He knew he could call you anytime he had a problem. You were thick as thieves, the two of you. And there was something in his voice. It was how he was talking. It makes me think it was you.
Stace, I don't think it was. I can't recall any late-night heart-to-hearts with him, not around then. Maybe it was a CI or a case. Listen, I know what you're doing, replaying it over and over, thinking if I'd noticed this or changed that, maybe I could have done something. You don't think I haven't had those thoughts? I do. Every day.
I feel like Mike...
You gotta quit beating yourself up like this.
If Mike was involved, he would have told his daughter straight up. Like, I don't see Mike
Maddie's gone.
as the type of guy to conceal stuff like that to his daughter.
That's really all there is to it.
I'm hoping. Man, that's almost like a horror movie shot right there. With his daughter in the background. Slightly lit up with the darkness behind her.
You sew this up yourself? Not bad. Bet there's a story there.
Isn't there always?
Isn't there always?
Little sting here. Okay. That ought to do it. Now, you're gonna want to take it easy.
I was thinking about the quote at the beginning of the El Camino film right there when obviously Mike is trying to amend this relationship with his daughter. I think it is his daughter. And I was thinking to the quote he said to Jesse at the beginning of the film. You know how they cut away to sort of that flashback, that scene we never saw in Breaking Bad of them talking about, you know, where would you go once this is all gone, or where would you go to get away in life? And it was something along the lines of that. And he said Alaska. And I remember Mike talking to Jesse and saying something along the lines about, you know, some wounds like or some scars you gotta carry with you for the rest of your life, in terms of like they never heal. And that might be a situation with his daughter, and you can resemble that as well. Like you can there's some resemblance of that, or there's some sort of like relation to that in life as well with all of us. And I really enjoyed that quote from Mike, and I think I'm gonna take a liking to him even more. I already liked him in Breaking Bad, but I feel like this show is gonna make you take a liking to him even more. Like it's gonna make you appreciate his character even more. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Keep it clean. Keep it dry. Let it heal. There's a Walgreens a couple blocks over in Louisiana. Maybe go get yourself a sling.
You don't have one?
Sorry. Got a cone you can put around your neck. I can get you some work.
I am not looking for that kind of work. But... oh, thanks.
Ooh, nice transition.
Could have been friendly.
And
talked in your house.
You can tell already it's a transition to the present day by just the change in color right there. In terms of like it's much more warm and vibrant to compared to sort of like the washed light blue hue we had in all those scenes at the beginning of the episode. And a fantastic transition from the back of the vet into the button up, the short button up sleeve here of this individual and Mike's in the investigation room here.
You really want the formal treatment?
Lawyer.
Mike, this is just a couple of questions. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Lawyer.
That's what they all say.
You're not under arrest. Okay, did anybody here say arrest? No. You want to walk, walk. But I gotta say, I
Dr.
expect
Pershing!
more cooperation from you on this. Cop to cop.
Lawyer.
Fine. What lawyer?
Need a will, call McGill. It's a criminal case.
Airman shop. Who's got him and where? Where's my guy?
Say hello to Barney Fife.
Wrong show, but thanks for playing. So what happened? The mayor didn't give you enough stickers? You want to tell me what we're doing here? Oh, here's your coffee. Hope it's good to the last drop, because I'm billing you the full hour for it.
That's for you. They've come a long way to see me. When they come in here, we're all gonna have a little chat, and when it's over, the young one, who's been writing in his little notebook, he's gonna take it and put it in his jacket. And when he does that, I want you to take that coffee and spill it on him. Little accident, that's all.
So I'm here because you want me to assault a police officer.
I am asking you to take a few ounces of lukewarm coffee and spill it on him. I doubt that satisfies the definition of assault. Hey, you're the lawyer.
Right. How silly of me. Because clearly you need one with whatever the hell is going on here. Now, those two jokers out in the hallway, I'm going to make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's. Everything's square and above board. That's what I'm going to do, and you're going to be happy as hell that I'm here. But this little Juan Valdez bump and dump? No. Not going to happen. Hey, gentlemen, we're prepared to indulge you.
Detective Escalera will be sitting in with us as per APD policy.
I feel like that shot right there was a nod to Felina. Or it's like a similar shot technique as when Walt put the rice in, or Lydia put the rice in her own coffee. I feel like that shot right there was a callback to Felina. Oh, it's like the same shot technique used with the overhead shot of the cup of coffee and her was the tea. But I just feel like that's a nice little Easter egg to Felina right there. And I didn't like it in Felina, actually. I said I think it was too on the nose in terms of like they didn't have to showcase that she was putting the rice in the tea. I reckon they could have been a bit more subtle with it. But I feel like that was a nod to it.
Okay with you, right?
Fine with me.
Okay. Your lawyer, Mike, can we talk already? Great. So, like we said, we're here looking into this Hoffman and Fensky thing.
Yeah, whenever you could tell us anything at all.
Hold on. Hoffman, Fensky.
I love the way the interrogation scenes have been lit this season so far, or in Better Call Saul. It seems like the room itself, the only light that's projecting is coming off sort of like a downlight from the top, and it goes onto the table, and whatever reflects onto the actors or whatever reflects onto the characters on the table reflects onto the characters. It seems like that's how they're portraying the lighting, and it seems like the center or like the focal point is the table itself and what's going on there, because the rest is just some black void.
Fill me in. Assume I know absolutely nothing about my client here, all right? Start at the beginning.
Jesus, seriously?
Look, don't let Mr. Ehrmantraut's dancing eyes and bubbly, bon vivant personality fool you. He's actually, believe it or not, somewhat taciturn. Shall I fan you gently so you don't go into shock? I'll start at the beginning, okay? We're talking Book of Genesis.
Far out.
As you probably gathered, we, Detective Sanders and I, work for the Philadelphia Police Department, as did Mr. Ehrmantraut for nearly 30 years.
Philadelphia, go Eagles.
They're undefeated
Ehrmantraut has a son,
currently.
Matt. He too was with Philly PD. He was a rookie officer with about 2 years on the job.
Oh, okay. So that's his daughter-in-law, and Matt was his...
He was a good cop.
Yes, he was. About 9 months ago, he responded to a shots-fired call in some West Side rat trap. Matt went in with his partner, Officer Troy Hoffman. They had Sergeant Jack Fensky backing them up. Unfortunately, things got out of hand. The three of them were ambushed, and Matt didn't make it out.
I don't know much about Hoffman and Fensky. They were Matt's people. I'd see them around sometimes. I saw them in a bar the night they died. It was McClure's, maybe the Red Dog, probably McClure's.
Were they drinking with anyone?
It's a cop bar. They were drinking with everyone.
Yeah, but did you see him with anyone in particular?
I couldn't tell you. I was... You know how it was.
How you doing these days?
Yeah, it seems like, judging by how the conversations are going this episode, it seems like Mike entered a deep state of like depression and drinking and alcohol abuse as soon as his son died. And maybe that's a sort of contributing factor to his cold look he has, showing no emotion as well. And that's a result of that.
Feeling like I crawled out from the bottom of a bottle and working hard to stay there. Although I gotta say, it doesn't help much dredging up the past like this. I'm sorry you guys took a flyer on me. I wish it had paid off.
That it? Are we done here? We're done here, yeah.
Hey, that wasn't so hard, huh? Thanks, Mike. Listen, we were probably gonna kick around for another couple of days in case you think of something, huh? I've never been out west before.
Oh, hey. Oh, shit. Jeez, sorry. I can get most.
You know what? Hey, I got it. Thank you.
He ended up pulling it off. Maybe after he heard the story a little bit. He's gonna realize it's gone though.
You gotta do that right here, right in front of me? What's so important in there that we had to pull that third-rate Marx Brothers routine?
You really want to know?
And risk getting a piece of an obstruction wrap? No, thank you.
Anything else you want to ask?
How'd you know
Know what?
that I would do that? How did you know that I would spill that coffee?
His mind was made up long before that.
What the hell's that? What's supposed to mean, huh?
Uncle Jack
Great,
style.
you're the strong, silent type. Hooray for you. But in case you missed it, your friends from Philly back there, they think you killed 2 cops.
Yep. We need to talk.
And Mike is vexed. Vexed.
You called the cops.
What?
Philadelphia PD. Did you call them?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
I told them I heard about Hoffman and Fensky.
Did what?
You don't think it's strange? First Matt, then not 6 months later, his partner and his sergeant? Yeah, I called them to help catch Maddie's killer, Mike. What if the same person, what if the piece of shit who got Maddie got them too?
And what exactly did you tell him?
I told
You
him...
tell him Matt was dirty? Is that what you told him? How could you possibly think that? That's your husband, the father of your child.
I didn't say that. I told them I found money. After Kaylee and I moved here, when I was unpacking, it was in the lining of an old suitcase. Matt must have tucked it away in there, because this was cash. 5,000-6,000 from God knows where. I mean, we were basically paycheck to paycheck. Where the hell did he get it?
Why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you come to me?
I couldn't. I knew what it would do to you. First he's murdered, and then for you to think it'd burn you to the ground. There'd be nothing left. I'd still love him. I'd still miss him. He'd still be gone.
Matt wasn't dirty.
Well, so be straight with me. Right now, this is it, Mike. What was that phone call? Before he died, don't bullshit me.
That was between me and my son.
So you're admitting it was you?
He wasn't dirty. God damn you! You get that through your head. My son wasn't dirty.
This is fantastic. Oh, the transitions this episode. Guessing this is the flashback the night at the bar. I love how Mike is so hell-bent on protecting his son's integrity. Maybe Mike was the dirty one. Maybe he's the one that put his son up to something. This episode's fantastic. Just everything about it. You know, we're used to Jonathan Banks having this cold, composed demeanor, and that was the first outburst I've seen him like that. It's crazy. That's pretty clutch. I'm guessing that was Hofsky and the other guy's police car. That was theirs. I just want to say I really enjoyed that transition into the flashback. You know how you had sort of like the overhead shot from the roof of the house, and then it went down and started following Mike as he was walking towards his car, but it was like a fast-paced zoom in as the cameraman was sort of like walking into Mike's back, and that transition obviously to the camera panning out from Mike's back in the flashback, seeing him walking into the alleyway. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Because it just looks seamless, even with the transition and change of lighting. Maybe drunk Mike killed them. Well, these two sacrificed Maddie. I don't know, I'm just guessing.
I know.
Oh!
It was you.
Oh, it was! Brother. You corrupt dogs! The range displayed by Jonathan Banks alone this episode has been crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Albuquerque, New Mexico. You ever been?
Nope.
Well, that's where I'm headed.
Tarantulas they got. Big minus in my book.
Well, I will be on the lookout.
Take
Oh,
care,
it was
my friend.
McClare's. It was McClare's.
Take care.
Putting the gloves on. Putting the gloves on. O.J. Simpson style. Shouldn't have said that, but yes, we roll. The glove fits.
Come over here.
I wonder if he's fake being drunk like this and walking like this just to get their attention that he's
What are you
vulnerable.
doing out here? Come on, let us drive you. It's colder than my ex-wife's tit out here. Come on.
What are you doing? Hey,
Okay, maybe he is drunk and just, yeah.
mine.
Later. We don't want you to shoot your foot off now, do we?
You killed him. You killed Maddie. And you killed him for nothing. You killed him because you were scared.
The truth comes out when you're
Thought
drunk.
he might do. You got him in that crack house. And you staged it. Made it look like a junkie with a gun. But it was you. And I know it was you. And I'm gonna prove it.
Man, Jonathan Banks came out of nowhere. I know he's been in the show, but he came out of nowhere. Put this episode on his entire back, and he's carrying the hell out of it.
What do we do now? Hey, grief, it's a bitch. He couldn't live with it.
They're gonna stage a
Not
suicide.
dying the way he did. It's too much for the old man. So my kid decided to eat his gun. It's tragic, but anyone could see this coming. He's drinking himself to death. We're doing him a favor.
Smart. What I would have done if I were you.
Too good, too good. Oh, that's where the shoulder shot came from. Okay. Right after the events of that. Come on, Uncle Jack his ass. Don't let him talk. I mean, he couldn't even talk. He was shot in the neck, but... he played them so well. So they must have been into some real shady stuff to set up his son like that. Like, there must have been something going on. There's more to it, obviously, for them to do that.
You let some things slide, you look the other way. It's like killing Caesar. Everyone's guilty.
Ides of March, baby.
Matt wasn't dirty. I was. Everyone was in that precinct. That's how it worked. You turn in your buddy, you're screwing yourself. You go along to get along.
And you went along.
That's why he got out.
I did. Yeah. I did.
Also, that event he mentioned in Breaking Bad with him killing that individual.
But you said Matt didn't.
No. Not Matt. Fensky got to Hoffman early. Kickbacks from some gang or another. Protection, basically. And Hoffman went to Maddie and offered to cut him in. Only fair, right? They were partners. And Matt did what you would think. He agonized. And then he came to me. Wanted to go to the IA, do the right thing, shut him
Oh
down.
my God, did you let him? That's why he got killed, because he was going to turn on those guys.
No. I told him, you know what a cop fears most? More than getting shot, more than anything. Prison. Getting locked up with everybody you put away. You threaten a cop with that, you make him dangerous. And that's what I told him. I talked sense. No one was getting hurt. But if you go to the IA, if you didn't look like you're going, you had a wife, a kid, responsibilities. Take the money, do something good with it. I tried. But he wouldn't listen. My boy was stubborn. My boy was strong. And he was gonna get himself killed. So I told him I did it too. That I was like Hoffman, getting by. And that's what you heard that night. Me talking him down, him kicking and screaming until the fight went out of him. He put me up on a pedestal. And I had to show him that I was down in the gutter with the rest of them. Broke my boy. I broke my boy. He went to Hoffman, he took the money, but he hesitated. Even looking like you're doing the right thing to those two meant that he wasn't solid, that he couldn't be trusted. I got Maddie to take the money. And they killed him 2 days later. He was the strongest person that I ever knew. Even never done it, not even to save himself.
Forget about this series making me like it, making me like Mike even more. This episode yet alone, this 5 minutes itself makes me love this character even more.
I was the only one. I was the only one that could get him to debase himself like that. And it was for nothing. I made him lesser. I made him like me. And the bastards killed him anyway.
At least it provides that little bit of closure and he got it out. Sometimes it's good to get things out like that.
Hoffman and Fensky. If they killed Maddie, who killed them? Bob. What happened?
You know what happened. The question is,
Why are you asking?
can you live with it?
Oh, okay. I was like, that's one way to reveal it. That's one way. Oh shit. That's one way to reveal it. I guess we're gonna find out if she can live with it. But like you know what? Executing things to perfection looks like that. That's what it looks like right there. Just the line delivery alone, the timing itself was absolutely fantastic. The impact of that line at the end, can you live with it, was just like, delivered to perfection. The reactions, perfection. The way the camera cut to that sort of like medium long shot right there and started panning away this time and faded to black. Perfection. What an episode, ladies and gentlemen, of Better Call Saul. What an episode of Mike Ehrmantraut, ladies and gentlemen. I know Better Call Saul, I know Saul was involved, but that was, like I said before, Mike Ehrmantraut, Jonathan Banks, taking that episode by the scruff of the neck and he just carried it. He carried it. He put it on his back. I'm lost for words, kind of. I'm lost for words, but yeah, a fantastic episode, executed to perfection right there. As in episode 6 of Better Call Saul as well, and weaving the way for Mike Ehrmantraut to become more prominent in the storyline of Better Call Saul. That relationship between him and Saul sort of, starting to develop a little bit, more interactions with them. And yeah, he's his lawyer, and I'm guessing he's going to be represented again by Saul. And whether she can live with it or not is going to be interesting, whether she makes those calls, whether she becomes sort of like, whether she becomes like Maddie, whether the wife is sort of like Maddie in terms of like, we have to do right. Is she going to go to the police and tell him what he did? Will be interesting. And then Saul's going to have to kind of get him off, and then put a story around it. Maybe she is like Maddie, and then Mike is going to have to forgive her for that. You're just like my son. You want to do what's good. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to that episode. That was fantastic. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.